We will talk about that, Mr. Paul Lyngdoh, but as I said in my show yesterday, where I had some very prominent opinion makers from Meghalaya, I said that the breaking story is not the arrest of Sohra Raghuvanshi, the lady who is supposed to be the mastermind of that murder, but the breaking story is that Meghalaya's good image has been salvaged, because there were a lot of concerted campaign in the social media, some news channels that they were trying to, jump the gun and paint the entire state or the entire society as some kind of an unsafe place for tourists. So, as the tourism minister, as someone, a veteran political leader of Meghalaya, Mr. Paul Lyngdoh, what are your thoughts right now?
Well, we have, as you rightly mentioned, Meghalaya has just gone through a very painful situation the past 15 to 20 days. But, out of each pain, there is also growth. It's like the birth pangs of a mother who then give birth to a child. So I believe that this experience has helped us to now evolve. We will certainly try to improve our SOPs in tourism destinations. But I have always maintained that Meghalaya is a very safe state, a very tourist friendly. Do not forget the fact that Cherrapunji was the first ever capital town of Northeast India until the capital shifted to Shillong in 1874. We have the Ramakrishna mission in Cherrapunji, which started off pre-independence era in 1931. The Ramakrishna mission is now more than 80 years old in Cherrapunji. It has taught personalities like the Deputy Speaker of the Lok Sabha, Professor Swell, former Chief Minister of Meghalaya, B.B. Lyngdoh. So it has that cultural mooring.
Right.
It has a history of culture, literature, the arts, music. So how could such a place ever think itself in terms of being crime prone, as was tarnished by a section of the national media?
Absolutely, absolutely. You are very right. Mr. Paul Lyngdoh, right, I mean, like, that means what you were saying is that you had a sense right from the beginning. Many of us had this sense that at the end of the day, the mystery is going to be solved, because I have been in journalism and you have been in student politics almost at the same time. I have been in journalism for 40 years now, Mr. Paul Lyngdoh. I have never come across any instance of any tourist being harmed in Meghalaya. So, in the last 2 weeks, Mr. Paul Lyngdoh, what were you thinking? You are obviously sure that the local people will definitely not carry out such kind of a crime, isn't it?
No, I have said in the initial interview also that why would people kick the plate that gives them food? And secondly, we have the state itself is moved in very strong ethos of love, compassion, and we had this is a place that gave birth to the founder of the ATM in 1925. It's also the place where former President Kalam breathed his last. So the place where Vivekananda had visited. Tagore wrote 3 of his books here. Chandra Bose was here. So it has that cultural mooring, very strong cultural anchors.
Absolutely. Now, the investigation is a different story. Things will be clear because Sohra Raghuvanshi is arriving Shillong today, and the Meghalaya police is definitely going to interrogate them and get to the details of the plot, etc. But from the tourism point of view, Mr. Paul Lyngdoh, what lessons have you learned? What are some of the SOPs that you are going to or likely to put in place? Because what we see, if you look at neighboring Bhutan, nobody can venture out anywhere to any tourist spot without a tourist guide. That is mandatory. Are you thinking on something on those lines?
Well, Wasbir, it's a very tough situation of balancing security with privacy, the privacy of tourists. Now, when this couple had come, they apparently had told the people manning the guest house that they were married couple on their honeymoon, and therefore they prefer not to have a guide with them. So obviously we have to respect that request also. You know, it's difficult for a tour guide to be accompanying a couple on their honeymoon. So there is the fine balancing that needs to be done. For instance, there was this statement that why not have more CCTVs? Why not have more police? But which tourist would like to see lots of men in khaki around him?
Right.
Which tourist would like to see that wherever he goes, there is a CCTV that records his movements?
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, Mr. Paul Lyngdoh, can you tell us about the, because we have to know the tourist footfalls, because during the last 2 weeks, when the entire media was focusing on this particular story, and the Meghalaya police, the people of Sohra area, the NDRF, the SDR, they're working so hard to get to the bottom of this the whole development, until the body was first found, and then the search for the missing lady, who later turned out to be one of the accused. Now, during that time, Mr. Paul Lyngdoh, we saw that tourists were continuing to come to Meghalaya, and we saw some of the bloggers still posting beautiful posts about the beauty and how the people are nice and the place is safe. What does this indicate?
Well, it's a strong reflection of the fact that we have arrived as a tourist destination. We have already been voted by Skyscanner as the most preferred tourist destination by Indian travelers in 2025. Therefore, I would like to make this appeal that whoever travels, we welcome you to Meghalaya, but please come with clean hearts, clean minds, clean hands. Come here to enjoy the serene beauty of Meghalaya, and don't come here to slit your spouse's throats.
Right, right, absolutely. Mr. Paul Lyngdoh, now you know what comes to my mind is that you have a tourism policy in place, and this particular episode must have taught you a lot of lessons learned. Also, there is a need to sensitize a lot of people, like homestay owners, the scooter and car rental people. They have to be sensitized, and the tour guides and the local dorbars and other people associated with village leadership. There's a need to sensitize everybody, isn't it?
Absolutely. In fact, I am visiting Sohra tomorrow. You know, we have always been brought up on this culture that you treat your tourists like your own brother, your own sister. Therefore, we do not really care to note down scooty numbers, car numbers, look at them with a suspicious eye. But this has taught us. We will now certainly up the ante and make sure that we upscale our preparedness to deal with any situations.
Absolutely. Now, one thing I would like to ask you, are you considering having, even if it is a small unit, are you considering having a small unit of tourist police in Meghalaya, who will be sensitized in how to deal with especially tourist matters related to tourism and tourists?
We have already announced the tourist buddy project, which means that we have, in fact, last week, the Honorable Chief Minister was present when we launched this scheme, where we will now be recruiting in the first phase around 100 tourist buddies across popular tourism destinations. That apart, we are also introducing more 5-star hotels in order to ensure that the facilities are also matching with the growing demand for facilities of stay and accommodation. Also, the state government has announced a very ambitious project which will ensure that Meghalaya becomes the we encourage high value, low volume tourism. We will insist on high value, low volume tourism, and that will certainly help us contain criminal elements to a large extent.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit, elaborate on these tourist buddies? You are going to recruit 100 of them. What kind of people are you? Who will they be? What kind of a profile you are looking for, and what will be their role exactly?
These are young, trained professionals who will be whose training is already on, and they will essentially act as friends, as guides to visitors to the popular tourist destinations. They will be familiar with English, Hindi, apart from the local Khasi and Garu languages.
Right. See, now this whole episode, unfortunate episode, now this has also brought to light questions like, whether you should restrict the number of tourists to such heritage locations like the double decker bridge, the root bridge, living root bridge, and so on, because too many visitors to such kind of rare and exotic tourist locations can do more harm than good. Okay, we need tourism, it's a means of sustenance to the rural people or to the poor people, but at the same time we have to also consider that our spots and locations itself are not damaged.
Absolutely. In fact, I have personally visited the Living Root Bridge last year. These are all community-owned facilities. The government is not the direct owner of these bridges, but we have already evolved and shared guidelines that include, as you said, we stagger, for instance, the movement of people so that these bridges will also not crumble under pressure of heavy footfalls. But that apart, it's very important for you to also acknowledge that we have a very effective, efficient police department, which could solve this case in a record period of 7 days. Elsewhere in the country, there have been several cases of crimes which have not been solved for decades together. It shows how efficient our policing is, and therefore this will also act as a deterrent to potential criminals wishing to visit Meghalaya. We will deal with them with the severity that their crime calls for.
Yesterday, I was listening after this lady, after this accused Sonam was arrested or surrendered or whatever in Ghazipur. I was listening to the first press conference by Mr. Preston Tinsong, your deputy chief minister. He said that the crime was committed on 23rd. They left Meghalaya on 23rd itself. They took a train from Guwahati on 24th and disappeared, only to surface in Ghazipur yesterday morning. Now the big question is, as you said, the Meghalaya police all the while they were trying to track down these accused, but they were working very, very silently. There was no need to tell the media, there was no need to tell the whole world what they were doing. They were doing the right thing. Absolutely. And that explains the professionalism of the Meghalaya police. They must have tracked electronic surveillance and picked up some technical clues, isn't it, Mr. Paul Lyngdoh?
Yeah. Hats off to the Meghalaya police and also the various rescue workers. We spent a lot of our time and resources trying to help this couple. The family of the groom had only negative things to say about Meghalaya. He was lambasting the state police, saying they were inefficient, and we were also trying to recover this missing woman. And the fact that we wasted, in fact, so much time looking for her while she was already in UP. But as you rightly mentioned, policing here is very strong, and the local community is also well equipped to handle such elements. And the only take this point is that when one major advice I should give to visitors to Meghalaya is come to enjoy the serenity of Meghalaya.
Come
Do
to
not
enjoy
soil,
the. Yes, yes, Paul,
do
carry on,
not
please.
besmirch this place with your blood.
Come to enjoy the serenity of Meghalaya, but don't smear this place with blood. That's a very strong message. It's a very positive message given by you, Mr. Paul Lyngdoh. But while talking about how the media was a section of the media, I must say, not all. We cannot bracket every media because there are some influential people in Meghalaya who are trying to paint, including me and my channel, also in the same bracket. But we, being a channel from the Northeast, our name itself is Northeast Live. Obviously, we will not do anything to tarnish the image of any Northeastern state. That is not our motto. Our motto, we claim to be a channel from the Northeast, and our tagline is your station, your voice. So there is no question of any deliberate attempt by us to tarnish the image. No, that is not the main point. Point is, Mr. Paul Lyngdoh, now you said that you are going to Sohra tomorrow. Today there is a rally in Sohra by the local people who are very upset. They are very emotional that people tried to tarnish the image of their locality, and it might impact on tourism. But I must say, people sooner than later all over the country have understood that it was not the local people, but it was one of their own who killed that young man who was just married. In fact, it was his own wife, according to charges or allegations as of now. How would you move ahead now from this point onwards?
Well, I'm happy to say that yesterday I made the statement that the state government has already filed FIRs and is also preparing a defamation suit against these channels who have been campaigning with a very negative story narrative about Meghalaya. But today, we saw quite a few of them, including Times of India and Republic TV, publicly apologizing to the state and the people of Meghalaya. So we might be a tiny state, but we are very strong, very effective. We will not take any nonsense, and henceforth we will try to ensure that we upscale our preparedness to deal with any elements visiting this state.
Right. I will not take much of your time, maybe 5 to 6 more minutes. Mr. Paul Lyngdoh, did I hear you right? Did you say that the state government has filed FIRs and are pushing defamation suits against certain individuals and some media outlets? Is that what you said?
Correct. But in response to which, a few of them, including Times of India, Republic TV, and a few bloggers have already tendered their unqualified apologies. So the matter ends there. But in future, we will ensure that the same amount of determination will be demonstrated by the government of Meghalaya.
Absolutely.
We will not take any nonsense.
Absolutely. I quite understand the feelings, and I think you are right, because nobody has the right to be the judge and the jury at the same time. So that is something which will be left to the investigating agencies at the end of the day. But yes. Focusing on the story is a different matter. Media's focus will be definitely there, but you cannot pass a judgment. That is the most important thing. Now, my last 2 questions to you. What has been the tourist footfalls? What is your prediction? And what are some of the broad policies that you have undertaken to attract more tourists? Because you are encouraging a lot of concerts in Meghalaya. That's what we have been seeing. So now Cherry Blossom has become a calendar event in Meghalaya. You have taken over the Wards Lake. You are pumping in multi-crore rupees is going to be pumped into the development of the Wards Lake. Can you briefly tell us what are some of your major plans in the tourism front?
First is we have identified tourist circuits, which means that the famous tourist destinations will now be linked and become one single circuit. And here we have the iconic Omiyam Lake, the largest artificial lake and one of the most picturesque in the northeast, where we have now gone ahead and acquired 300 acres of land which was transferred to us by the forest department. We will have at least one major five-star hotel now at Omiyam. We will also, we have already introduced yacht last week, which will accommodate about 6 persons. But more than that, we are also introducing lake cruises. This will take about a year. But more important than that, people should come to Meghalaya and experience our nature, culture, cuisine, customs. These are the USPs of Meghalaya. And please bear in mind that when the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi ji, spoke about concert economy, he spoke about that in 2025, whereas Shillong had hosted a band, Firehouse, a famous rock band, Firehouse, in 2004, when I was the sports minister. 2004, when even the name concert economy has not been coined.
Right, absolutely. And can you tell me something about your plans for the Wards Lake now that the state government has taken over, your department, that is the tourism department, has taken over Wards Lake? What can we see? Because that's an iconic spot in Shillong. No tourist can visit Meghalaya without strolling and enjoying the beauty of the Wards Lake.
Yeah, as you rightly described, using the adjective iconic, it is iconic. The oldest artificial lake in the northeast, which was meant to be a place of relaxation for the British officers right from 1894. And since then, it has seen many decades, but today the state tourism department will further upscale and elevate the experience of tourists there. We have already extended the timings up to 9:30 p.m. We have now introduced the daily MG-MP music project shows on a daily basis. We are introducing light and sound shows very soon. You will see a lot of positive changes which will ensure that tourists do not end up cocooned in their hotel rooms, but spend leisure time at the iconic lake.
Absolutely. And finally, Mr. Paul Lyngdoh, what are you going to tell the people across the country and the world about Meghalaya and tourism, of course, as a tourism destination? What are you going to tell them?
Meghalaya offers you a mega experience of culture, nature, cuisine, customs. The most ancient indigenous peoples are here. Visit this place, but again, come with clean hearts, clean minds, clean intent.
Absolutely, visit Meghalaya, enjoy the beauty, but come with clean mind and a clean heart. That's what Meghalaya's tourism minister, Mr. Paul Lyngdoh, a very veteran and respected political leader of the state, has to say on this exclusive conversation with me on Northeast Live. Mr. Paul Lyngdoh, thank you very much indeed for speaking to me.
Thank you so much, Wasbir. I'm expecting you soon.
Definitely, I'll be there. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Brighties Entertainments Private Limited presents Northeast Diva 2025. New season, new beginning, fashion, glamour and empowerment. Beauty with the purpose. Be the next Northeast Diva. Apply online at